the fourth one, which I totally forget right now. But it will come to me when my brain begins to flow a little bit better. There's Chidekel, Gichon, Pishon, and Parat. Parat is the fourth one. Parat means fruition, bringing an idea to fruition, bringing healing to fruition.
Excellent.
You know, and so I pay attention. I go into a meditative trance or a journey with the person to move into the jungle and mountains and rivers of their body, because the human body, as every body in the creation, is a microcosm of the universe in which we live. And so as in the Kabbalah, the Jewish mystical tradition mostly focuses on the ancient creation story of our people and applies that to everything, whether it's the body, whether it's your cat peeking through the door as it did this evening. Everything refers back to that mystical story of the beginning, or the middle of the beginning. And so I use the drum, yes, in order to get myself into the trance with the person. After that, I use a staff, or I use a plant, I use a stone, whatever it is the body is asking me to do, to bring that, to restore the balance to the person. And because each of these, the plant, the stone, and the staff, represent 3 of the 4 that live on this planet. We have plant, mineral, animal, human. And so the human is the patient or the client in that particular case. And so we're applying all that stuff. The animal part of it is the fire within the heart, the passion. That's the animal. And so we call the animal forth, we call the tree forth, we call the rock forth within that person. And it's a very elaborate ceremony. It's a ceremony, actually. And the drum...
Yeah, would you introduce
Yes, I'll introduce you to the
I
drum.
hold it and then you work here,
Yes.
please.
The drum is a very ancient implement in our...
And you have the drawings
people's
here
tradition.
and the writing on it.
This is ancient Hebrew that is not familiar to most Jewish people, but it is familiar to those Jewish people who know the ancient Hebrew language. There's this traditional Hebrew language which you see in prayer books and scriptural writings, and then there is the pre-Babylonian exilic Hebrew, which is this Hebrew, which you'll find in ancient coins that they excavated and stuff. And there are a few Jewish people in Israel today who still write this way. They're called Shomronim. They're descendants of the northern tribes of Israel. They still write this ancient hieroglyphic way. These symbols here are the symbols of 3 of the 4 keepers of the 4 directions in the Jewish tradition. This is Gabriel, the angel Gabriel, who is the keeper of the east, and this is the keeper of the west, Raphael, the healing angel. And you see Gabriel and Raphael are very similar in their design, except Gabriel is double, right? It's like it's not just enough to be healed. You also have to reinforce the healing. So that's where Gabriel comes in. You call that angel spirit. And this is Michael, which is the wisdom. So you have the wisdom of healing, the healing at itself, and the post-healing reinforcement. And the 4th one is Uriel, who we do not draw.
Oh.
Because Uriel represents what is in front of you. And we do not know what's in front of us. Exactly, it's not there yet. And then you have the 7 earth spirits in the Kabbalah. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are the symbols of the 7 earth spirits. In the Kabbalistic language, spirits, angels, whatever you want to call them, don't have names that you write out in human language. You write them out in symbolism. And they have spirals, because you're constantly being spiraled into life, and you're constantly being spiraled out of life. The moment you arrived here, you're on your way out. You know, it's just a matter of time.
I catch up on that spiral. I catch up on that spiral in a moment. You gave me a great idea, because I have to let these people know what I have to tell to that. So, sorry, interrupted you.
Yeah, that's all right. And the drum represents, in our tradition, it's mentioned throughout the Hebrew scriptures as being used by the people all the time. In fact, Maimonides, who was a great physician in the 12th century of our people, he writes that the drum was used by the healers and by the prophets and by the visionaries of our people to bring themselves into trance. And the power of the drum, the teaching goes, is that it gives you the sense of the outer circle of existence, which is rhythm, the laws of nature, the laws of the universe, unnegotiable, rhythmic, predictable. And then the chant, the song, then comes in and has the power to alter the rhythm. Because as you sing, the rhythm brings you into a song, and the song then begins to change the rhythm. Makes it go faster, maybe go slower. As if you want, I can demonstrate that later or whatever.
No, do it now if you like.
All right, so I'll do a little. This is a very ancient chant. It comes to us from Adam Baal Shem and Eliyahu Baal Shem. Baal Shem is a title for the shamans in our people. We didn't call them shamans, just like Native Americans don't call themselves shamans either, except in English. But really, it's a Siberian word that's being used in English.
Oh, I never knew that. Yeah, shaman comes from Siberia?
It's a Siberian word, yeah. So in America, we call Native American medicine people shamans, New Guinea medicine people shamans. So in the Jewish tradition, we had a name for the same thing, which was Baal Shem, which is literally the master of the essence. Because you have to know how to call upon the essence of everything, stone, plant, everything. So this is a very ancient chant that is used for healing, for getting into that place. I give you a demonstration.
All right.